Hello everyone, so in this video I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how I made the flipbook envelope style. And if you don't know how to use this punch board, this is a punch board that I used to make envelopes. I made 3 envelopes and I have a tutorial on how to use it. So if you already watched that video, there is one extra step, and for that you're going to need a scoring board. So this is the one I have. Again, this is gray because the one I have is also by Stampin' Up. You can see it right there. This one's called Simply Scored. But you can use any scoring board you have. So in the last video I showed you how to make these. So don't fold them yet. That's why I only showed you how to fold one. And I used 3 envelopes to make that flip book. So put one to the side. We're going to work with these 2 for right now. And you're going to do some really easy scoring, you guys. I did have to fold 2 of them so I can get that corner and put it up here. And you can see that this score line is at about 5 3/8. So we are going to score at 5 3/4, which is this one right here. And you only need to do this once to only one of the flaps. Okay? So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to fold this. I'm going to put this at that corner. I'm going to score at 5 3/4, which is right here, and score. And that's it. Now I'm going to get the 3rd envelope, because this one right here is going to be the cover. So I'm going to I'm going to fold those 2 ends again. And this time I'm going to score it at 6, so I'm giving it an extra 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so now just fold all of your score lines just like that, and then I'm going to show you how it's gonna look. This is like super easy, you guys. This extra step that I did, you do not have to do. The only reason why I did it is to give it a gusset, you know, so that I can add dimension if I needed to. I prefer wet glue when it comes to these projects because it seems that the wet glue is a lot stronger than double-sided tape. The wet glue that I've been using lately is this one right here. This is some, oh gosh, I think her name is Maria. I forgot her name, but she sells this in her Instagram page. I'll link it down below. Pretty much what this is hot glue, but in liquid form. And to be honest with you, it seems that it's been working really good. If you are like me that works really fast, this gives you a lot of time to how do you say it? Like a lot of glue time. You know, some glues are like fast drying and you don't even get time to if you need to move your paper. But this one gives you lots and lots of time. Okay, so what we're gonna do is this flap, the one that has the 2 score lines, you're gonna leave them alone. And what I like to do is, I personally like to put just a little bit of glue on this right here, just like that. Just hold it for a few seconds, and while that's going on, I'm going to add some adhesive to this part right here. And that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the next one. So again, I'm going to leave that on the top. I'm going to add some glue to that. And this glue, I've been using it since, I don't even know how I found her, but it seems that she uses it on a lot of her projects, and they seem to be working pretty good. And you guys, you can clearly tell which one's going to be the cover, which is this one right here, because it's, you can see this right here, it's a lot wider than these two, okay? So the next step is, here is the flap, which, you know, on a regular envelope, this would be your, you know, to close it. So there is the gusset that I was talking about. So you're going to add glue to this whole entire piece right here, but do not go over this, you know, that first score line. So you're going to add glue from here all the way to here. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm hoping that you can see what I'm doing. I know it's white, but I thought white would show up better than any of the other colors. And yes, I like to add a lot of glue, you guys, because I really don't want my projects to be falling apart. And then I'm going to put it just right before the score line. This is what I like about this glue, that it does give me time. And then I like to stand it up just to make sure that it's straight. And that looks pretty good. Let's see. Okay. And that part is pretty much done. Let's see. So that's what it's looking. It's not going to be perfect, you guys, because, I mean, come on, this is handmade, you know. That's the back. And you're not even going to see this because this is all going to get covered up with pattern paper. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. So now that we connected these two, you're going to get this flap from this second envelope. You're going to add glue to that. Same thing as we did with the first one. And then this, I mean, if you are going to add more envelopes, then you keep going, but just, I like to leave my cover, and what I mean by cover is because this is going to be like a closure. I like to leave this one at the end. So now I'm going to add this to here. And then I'm just going to wait for it to, you know, dry up a little bit. And that is pretty much it. So now that I have the 3 envelopes, all I do is I fold this in, and then I fold it one more time, and then I fold it, and then this becomes your cover. And that's it, you guys. So now I'm going to show you how to adhere the magnets. So these are the exact same magnets that I used on the last flip book, and I had shown you how strong they are. They're like super strong, you guys. They are from AliExpress, and they were like super reasonably priced. So I will link those down below. I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use the small one right here. Yeah, go ahead and use this one, because last time I used this other one. And what I like about these magnets is that they are super thin. I mean, that right there, that's 2 of them. Okay? And it's hard separating them. But I'm going to put them right there. And so I'm going to put it, I think, somewhere right there. And I just used regular adhesive, you guys. Actually, no, I think last time what I did was, oh, I remember. I used double-sided tape. Okay, so I thought I was in camera, but I wasn't. Now, this is kind of like the tricky part. Because I used wet glue on this, I have to wait until it's completely dry. Because what I did right now, I tried to, so that you know where to put it on here. Sometimes it might be kind of hard to line it up properly. So what you have to do is, so let me show you what I did. But it's probably going to come off. So for now, what I did was I put that red liner tape. You know that it's supposed to be super strong. So let me go ahead and peel the backing off. You can see it right there. So I'm going to attach that to that. And because this already has sticky on the other side, you know, it already has adhesive, I'm going to do it kind of loosely, just like that. And hoping that the one from this flap doesn't come off, because I don't think I let it dry enough. But let's see if it works. Yeah, it's not going to work. Okay, so I'm going to have to put some of that red liner tape. So I put some red liner tape, as you can see. Now I'm going to take it off, because you know that this red liner tape is one of the strongest double-sided tape that's out there. And this one in particular, I think I got it at Tuesday morning. So I just took off the lining. And now I'm going to... but just so you know, normally where I would start, I would do it here first, and then adhere it onto this, because what if you would have put the magnet over here and it won't reach, okay? So now let me go ahead and put this kind of loose, and hope that the magnets are not like super strong to where it tears the paper, because, yeah, there you go. Okay, so now the next step would be to add your pattern paper. So I'm only going to layer the sides where the magnets are at. So this is what I do. I've already cut down my paper, and the measurement is really up to you, because it all depends on how much border you like to leave. I normally like to leave between 1/8 and 3/8 or all around. So that's why it all depends on how you like to do it. So this is what I like to do. I like to add first glue to all 4 edges. And then I will add a little bit more. And then for this part, I just like to add around it, just to ensure that that magnet doesn't move. I don't know if you can see the glue. Yes, you can. So now I'm going to adhere this. Is it this way? It's this way. That's the good thing about this glue, that it gives me lots of time to play with it and to move it around. You can even open this up. You can see that it is not straight, but see how much. If I would have used the Scotch quick dry, I would have not been able to move it how I'm moving it right now. I don't even know if you can tell, but I am moving it. So that's that. Perfect. So where the magnet is at, it's right here. I'm not going to like press on it really hard, because I don't want, you know, the rest of this cardstock to how would I say it? I don't want it to be pressed all the way down, if that makes any sense, to the point where you can see actually the bump from the magnet. Because right now, look at that. It's like completely flat, and that's what I like. So I just go around it. It's kind of, you see this rose right here? That's what the magnet is at. So I just like to go around. And I'm going to do the same thing with this flap. And I already cut it out. This, I had to trace it, so I just traced it onto the paper and then cut it out with my scissors. So again, you can see the pen mark right there. So I'm going to do the same thing. Going to add adhesive to the sides, and then I'm going to add some around it. I mean, you probably don't have to do that step, but I like to. It just, at least in my head, it gives me reassurance that that magnet is not going to move. And again, I'm going to press on this. And then the magnet is right here, so I'm just going to go in a circle just so that it doesn't form a bump. Okay. And again, because these magnets are so thin, look at that. You can't even tell. You can't even tell that there's a magnet behind there. Okay. So now this is my closure, and look at that. See, here it snapped. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I love this, you guys. Look how pretty that's looking. I love. And if you want to know where I got this, this is digital paper. I will have that in the link. I've been buying from her quite a few digital paper. It's an Etsy store. Her name is Frou Crafts. And that's pretty much it, you guys. Now all you gotta do is just decorate the inside. So this, of course, you would cover the whole thing. And then this right here, what I did, you obviously, I mean, you would have to trace if you wanted it to go all around, but I didn't do that. All right, so for the part where you have, you know, this opening, this pocket right here, I cut it at 5.5 by 4.5, so it's not going to cover the whole thing because you don't want it to cover the whole thing. You still want it to have, you know, some space for you to put your embellishments or stickers, whatever it is that you want to gift the person you're sending this to. So let me show you what that would look like. So I'm going to adhere the top, this side right here, and the bottom. And then this, I think it's somewhere around there, because I don't want to add, you know, adhesive to this side. So it's going to go something like this. And again, I love this glue because I can move it around. So you get more than one try, you know, when it's like other type of glue, you like, once you stick it down, you're done. Which is nice, but I mean, not in this case. Not for what I want it for. Because... see how it moved. And that's pretty much it, you guys. Now I think I am done with this tutorial. Next time you see this project, because this is for a swap partner, you will see the completed flip book. So I hope this has given you ideas and a better understanding on how I made this envelope style flip book. I also want to mention that you don't have to make these gussets if you don't want to. The reason why I did is because, see, even though they are pretty thin, but it gives me some space. You can see right there, it gives me some space to add, you know, like if I'm going to add like dimension, if I'm going to add a flower, I'm trying to look for a flower. Or, I don't know, I think this might be too thick. Yeah, it's too much. But let's say if I added an embellishment like that. See, it closes perfect. See? It's perfect. So that's the reason why I did that. But if you don't have to do this extra step like I did. If you want to, you know, you make your envelopes how you normally would, like I showed you. And then all you would have to do is just, again, just add adhesive to this. Glue it onto here, and that's it. And then you would continue, you know, add your third one or however many you want, and then eventually you can close them. But it is going to be really flat, as you can see, and this closes really well because it's only 2 of them. But obviously the more you do it, the more bulk you add to it, it's going to be kind of hard to embellish. That's just me. Okay, so I'm done. I hope I explained everything pretty clear to you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I don't mind doing tutorials. It just takes me a long time to make them because that's just how I am, I guess. I don't know. So if you guys want any other tutorials, and if I'm able to do it, I will be more than happy. If not, you can always just search here on YouTube, you guys. There are so many tutorials, and I actually learned this from Sabrina Ann. She made one, and when I was looking for it, I couldn't really find it, but I'll try looking for it. But if you go on her channel or just type in Flipbook Envelope Style by Sabrina Ann, and you'll probably find it. She has, she makes like the cutest stuff, and of course she made like a super cute flipbook. But I really liked this style. She was the first one that I ever saw make this style. It was maybe like 2-3 years ago. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, you guys. And if you end up making something like this, tag me on Instagram or let me know here on YouTube. I would love to see what you make. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.